They can.
They can see the caption. So anyway, hey everybody! Hey, we're here. We're live. It's Trek Talk. We're live on twitch.tv/calling up justice and on YouTube, Claudia, Alick, calling up justice. And we're here. I'm your host, Maiamama. We have our co-host, Luticha, André, Doucette. And we're going to go on over to, hold on, I'm almost there. I forgot one little thing, and then we actually are just gonna go engage. We're back. We're here. Hey!
Hey.
Hi. You look so cute. I really like your shirt. It's a really
I
nice
like
shirt.
your shirt. We have uniforms.
We have
Should we
uniforms. Here's my shirt. Boo, boo,
And people.
boo. Peace and long life.
We support other Black women who love Star Trek.
We do.
So thank you, Zilla Trek, for making these awesome shirts. It made me laugh, and so does her skits.
Absolutely.
They're hilarious.
And I love seeing people younger than me enjoying Star Trek. There's a really, really good one where she watched Code of Honor for the first time, and everyone was like, "Don't watch it, don't watch it." And then she did, and it's just this. You see a lot of cuts of ooh, oh, ooh, and I was like, "Yeah, no, that's how it works." Hold on, I'm gonna blink my camera off because it's weird and not synced, and we'll see if that's a little bit better. Okay, hi everyone. We have a brand new Trek Talk. Or Trek Rank on Trek Talk. Now, Luticha, would you like to tell everyone what we are ranking?
We are ranking the uniforms, y'all. Like
Hell
the uniforms from all the different versions and some of the different seasons because uniforms change, right? And I am pretty stoked about this because I love fashion. If you don't know, because that's why I'm like,
yeah.
What happened?
You vanished. You vanished when you were waving your thing around. I think your camera was like, oh gosh,
too much blinking.
Look at that though. That's pretty. That is pretty.
We love gold, because we Black, y'all.
And you're a fashion. You are fashion. And people don't often think about science fiction as like a place where fashion exists and lives, but I really, really think it's like there's so much imagination involved in it. Now, first, before we get going, now we did have to narrow this down. We decided on no dress uniforms, only the standard uniform daily type of uniforms, and anything. So there are slight, minute costume changes that are made from movie to movie or season to season. We are not going to nitpick the difference between the Wrath of Khan red and the Undiscovered Country, which is a slightly more maroon color. Because they're the same. It's slightly more maroon, but it's the same uniform, y'all.
Exactly.
They just changed the color in between productions. Because they did the first three movies, then they took a little bit of a break, and those 3 movies took place one after the other, pretty much. Or 4 movies took place one after the other. Then they had a little bit of a break, and then that's when they got the slightly maroon ones. But again, a lot of research was done. We decided not on that, and not dress uniforms, because
that could be another separate Trek rank because the dress uniforms are so elaborate from the different ones, and so we want to start here, and then we'll do another part to look at everything else because fashion and space are hugely important.
Space fashion.
Space fashion, and I think the fashion is what makes the characters. So we're just looking at Starfleet uniforms, but really think about the aliens, and how
the Metrons
bring it. Metrons. Yes. Yes.
We
Uh, I'll
love them.
never get over them.
Just, oh, I want it.
Or the little girl who like I call her little girl. The alien lady who can project herself in DS9, like the different personality type who falls in love with Cisco. And her outfit was just very, I love that. I want that. It was so good.
Oh man, we could go like best costume on specific show, and that would
Yes.
be also way too many, but still a lot of fun. Now, let's go over the criteria that we are judging this on. Now, today we're doing half of the uniforms because there are a lot of shows and a lot of series. We're just sticking with half. We're not gonna try and like power through to get all of them because there are 24 uniforms, I believe. Let me look at my little list that I have in front of me. Um, yeah, 24.
Yeah,
So
24.
we're not going to go, we're not going to do, we're going to try to stick with 12 today and then we'll do the other half.
We're taking our time.
Because,
Fashion should take time, right? We're not fast fashion here.
no, we're not
We
fast
are
fashion.
we're
Oh,
going to talk about and appreciate. So if you were the costume designer on the show, like send comments. We've already had one of y'all directors come. So I want to put that out there. It's like if you were the director, the fashion designer and all of that, would love to hear like how you came up with all of
yes,
this.
yes, please. Now, we are judging today, like this first round off of um, four different criteria: creativity slash originality, construction and practicability, wearability. So can you wear it outside? The fit, how it lays, so like how that fits on your body, and believability, like could you actually wear it to
Yeah.
work on a starship every day and also
Right. Or
after
it's
work,
like
because people wear their work clothes all day
all
until
day.
bedtime, when they do change into pajamas, which I mean that would be another rink in and of
That would be
itself.
another run.
I
The
really like
pajamas are,
I really
yeah.
like Catherine Janeway's, like her, that pink nightgown.
Yeah, that
That's
was
good.
great.
That's good.
That's good.
So we're ranking these on 1 to 5. 1, the win, which is the worst, and 5, Cisco, the best. Now, shall we start on the
Shall
first
we?
one? Let's go to the first. Now, our first uniforms are the original series. Um, TOS duty uniforms, the iconic velour tunics from the original series, color coded by division. Command gold, science slash medical blue, and engineering operations red, paired with black trousers and a Starfleet insignia badge. Defined the visual identity of Starfleet for a generation. And they did.
They
And
did.
um now we talked a little bit yesterday about these, because we were just like, because some of these outfits we were like, how? And also some of them are like, I mean, though, I would wear that out like to a dinner. So but let's try and go with the criteria. On off of the criteria. So the first
Yes.
thing that we're judging off is creativity and originality. So the core question is, does this uniform do something new? Does it have a distinct identity, or is it just generic? Now this is the original.
Yeah.
So
So
so I'm just going to
it is
say
the blueprint, right? Like this is the first time they're trying something, and the first kind of visual of what Star Trek would be like. And so they set the standards for the colors for the different types of officers, right?
mhm.
So this is where we start seeing, the red shirts getting boop boop, at the beginning. They don't last the whole entire show. Poor
Poor
guys.
guys.
Poor guys.
Operations. Those operations
Operations
don't work. Operations.
don't work on operations, y'all.
So I'm going to say that it just gets a 5 for being the original. And I think that
Yeah.
it's fine that it gets a default 5 for that.
Yes.
Because someone had to be first. Uh,
Well, and also that V-neck, the
well,
V-neck wrap around. I don't
I
think
really like that neckline. Like, I
it's
think it's
great.
also, it has a little bit of like a black color to it
Yeah.
in
A
a
little
similar
piping.
way that the other uniforms do. And
Yeah.
it does make me go, like, it makes me wonder how many different variations that they have on the standard uniforms. Because generally speaking, having the captain wear green seems like a surprising type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but they did have Pike wear a similar shirt in Strange New Worlds so that they could like double it up.
Yes.
My picture's gone. Sorry, y'all. I was like, where am I?
Yeah,
My
where'd you go?
camera. My camera. I forgot to turn my camera on this scene. There we go. But um, so yeah, so let's give it a 5. Now for construction and practical wearability. So that would be. Oh, also, again, do you mind taking score? And
I do not mind
and we'll
taking
show
school.
you the scores. We'll show you the scores later. Once we like wrap it up. So, for construction wearability, does this look like it was built to be worn? Does it hold up under scrutiny? So,
I'm gonna say no. I could just, while I love this, what, the green V-neck thing or whatever, I don't think it says captain to me and like commanding and whatnot.
it just doesn't
And
look
then we,
practical though to like
no,
and that dress, like that little
that dress is
skirt,
like, I have that dress
that and
and it rides up like,
it's
and
going
I'm in
all
a
the way,
wheelchair,
and
y'all.
it's
Like,
going up to here, and
and it,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not. I don't understand how she can sit and work and get up and isn't constantly tugging that.
How did she do it on set? Like, I just don't like
I
that
think
itself is black girl magic because like
I'm like, did she
I can't
tape? Did they
even,
use tape?
they must have.
Something, because I mean it worked, possibly because that dress was specifically constructed for her body,
Right.
and probably tape. Um
And it was of the time, right? A
mhm.
lot of women were wearing this style, even like the hair, right?
Mhm.
But, very impractical if you're fighting aliens and
Sh-
trying to
she's
to
in the
run,
they're in the military. They're
you
in the
know, this
military.
is
Like, people don't like to think about Starfleet in that way, but
right.
they are the military.
They are
And
the
I know
military.
that like it's a great time in the future during this time. Well, it's an okay time. Um but like
You
the
imagine
number
trying to
of
fight and
times
your skirt is like
the
coming up.
number of times that they get knocked over.
Yes.
Oh, like it gives me anxiety to think about like the number of times that she could fall over and her just ass is in the air.
When they get hit, everyone's gonna go, ah!
Blah! Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got it. It's fine. It's fine. My outfit's still on. So I think I'm gonna say,
A one.
you think a what? Actually, no. You're right. I think a one.
The dress alone is enough
Yes.
to bring everybody down,
This is
right?
a this is like this seems like fun casual wear.
Yes. Like, we're just in space. We're explorers, we're friendly to the aliens.
Hey
Like, aren't
guys,
we
what's up?
cute?
Like
Hey.
we're just chilling in our comfy clothes, which I am pro comfy clothes. It just doesn't feel like, yeah. So, one for construction and practical wearability. Now we move to the fit. how it lays. So, does it lay correctly on the body? And does it flatter or fight the wearer? Oh, it looks great.
They all looked well tailored.
Mm-hmm.
Even the rest of the guys, they look comfy, in that sweater shirt material.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk even looks comfortable and it fits his body well. Even Uhura, like the way that dress is cut is just really,
That
really nice.
nice angled
Yeah,
neckline.
I
And
like that.
despite the fact that we don't see the practical wearability of it, it does fit her good. Like,
Yeah, it
it
does.
fits her good. It fits her iconically. And that green V-neck is also iconic.
Iconic.
And I so and you know what? It looks good on William Shatner.
It does.
It looks
He
good
looks
on
great.
him. I think that all of the uniforms look nice. So I'm going to say
I think it's a 5.
I think it's a 5 as well. I think that's a 5. Um so now we go to real world believability. So
The
would a
real
real person wear this to their job and feel appropriately dressed? So your real job is engineer on a Starfleet vessel, an interstellar Starfleet vessel, and that's what you wear. Is that red shirt with the goldy things and the little delta on it?
I would say everyone except for Uhura. Like, there's no, even though she's at comms, right? It still doesn't matter because
It
you would
doesn't.
think you're moving around in the space, right? Because she does have to walk, right? And you just don't want your butt cheeks
It
showing on the
just does
job.
not make
Like,
sense. She goes on
no,
away missions.
she does.
She has to run in that
You're
uh, uh,
running from
through a
aliens
through
with your.
a rock quarry, because they used a lot of rock quarries. But
They did use a lot of rock quarries.
I'm like, so like we gotta run. You gotta run through a rock quarry in that. I mean, I could do that when I was like, I don't know, 16. I was a reckless child. Um, but even then, my butt's hanging out. I just don't care. But she is a grown, dignified lieutenant. As far
Mhm.
at this point, she's a lieutenant. Um, uh, yeah, I'm gonna say, because with the other ones we have to average it out a little bit, like, because with her it's just a 1. That's not believable at work, but the other guys it is. So
Right. So I think it brings it to a 4 with her bringing it down at least a
yeah,
point.
so we're gonna say 4 for believability and wearability. Now, so that takes us to a total of, I gotta figure out how to program it to just do math for you when you put this in, because I feel terrible about making you do math. Because, like,
Hmm.
it's not fair. Um, Math isn't fair. It's not fair.
10 and 5 is 15.
So we got a 15.
We got a 15.
15 out of a possible maximum score of 20.
20.
This is our little chart. So next we are going to
The motion picture.
the motion picture.
And remember what we said before. We're not going to be like nitpicking on certain things. It is just,
Yeah,
let's just kind of look at
we're
this
gonna
as a
look
whole.
as a whole. Um,
I
sorry,
mean, the whole,
I just can't though with these. I mean, I understand what they were trying to do.
I
I
get it.
really
Like,
do.
the palette change also from like the very bright colors to
Yep.
now this, and
They were
again,
trying to get serious. They were trying to be like they were trying to be Star Wars. This was during the time
yes,
where Star Trek was like, well, maybe we could be Star Wars. Would you guys
yes,
like us better if we were Star Wars? And the answer is no.
no, be your own thing. And like, But I'll do say Sulu looks great. I just love putting him in like a kimono like thing, and it's built well, all the colors here, even though they're so very muted because they're trying to be something that they're not.
So
The palette is
it's
all kind of the same tone,
it's
right? Which
very
is very
imperial,
nice. Yes,
very
very imperial.
imperial, which is not Federation.
No, it's not Federation, but like it's just weird. Like the cut of that jacket is
But
just,
like, look at poor Chekhov in the background. Doesn't
I
he
know.
look like just a poor, sad beige boy?
He looks so
And
uncomfortable.
what the hell is that belt buckle?
I don't know.
I mean, someone was having fun. Someone was
It's just
having
so
fun,
weirdly
but
placed and it stands out because you've got the gray stripes, you've got the white blocking, and then you just have this bing in the middle.
I mean, you can see on the cuffs that they still have, because the cuffs indicate rank
Right.
at this point. So they still have it on this. So at least there is that with Scotty standing there. We can't really see very well on the beige outfit, but I believe it's there.
I think
Um,
it is there.
so we're gonna have to get into that definitely when we talk about uh, any kind of practicality. But let's go to creativity and originality. So, does this uniform do something new? Does it have a distinct identity, or is it generic? It's beige and gray,
It's
y'all.
it's beige, gray, and like some weird peachy color.
I've
Um,
never seen anything that could be like. I mean, I do like that shade of gray because it's kind of like a bluey gray,
yeah,
but
I love a
also,
blue gray versus a green gray.
yeah.
I'm more, but they're trying to be something they're not in this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not even original, and then it comes across as being super fake, right?
Yes.
Because you move from, these bright, bold colors to this, and everyone's like, and I remember watching, it's like, what happened? Why? Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'm gonna say it's very funny that they went from in their original outfits a full five to a one.
201. Yeah.
This is Star Wars. It's Star Trek trying to be Star Wars, so it's just like
Yeah.
it's boring. It's not fun. Now,
Right.
construction and practical wearability. It's way more practical and
Yeah.
and
Even her outfit, which you can't really see,
oh,
looks like,
that's what's her face? Carol, I believe,
right.
right? David's
It,
David's mom
it's better than
or
what
something?
Uhura was wearing,
Yes.
in my mind. Sulu
It's
looks like he could move in kimonos are actually a utilitarian type of clothing anyway. And so farmers to working class people will all kind of wear a
to
kimono.
nobility. Yeah,
Right. So,
it's just part of clothes. So I would
yeah.
say actually that's like a 5.
Yeah, that's a 5. I wish they had shown Sulu kind of doing the traditional Japanese when they work and how they tie up their kimono sleeves so they
Uh-huh.
don't get in the way. I
Wait,
wish they had done that in the movie, but
that
they didn't. That
no,
would have been really
that would
cool.
have been too authentic for them. So
Yeah. So I think the construction, again, the lines, how they're flowing on the body.
mhm.
I don't like the color blocking with the gray and the white. I think
Oh,
it makes him look bigger than what he actually is. The placement of that buckle thing is weird and on a part of the body that I think most
you're
men
right.
are actually uncomfortable kind of highlighting in that kind of
Well,
way.
it's like look at my gut.
Right.
Also,
Like,
you would run in. I don't like. I would just feel like I would keep clinking into things every time I step close to something. I'd be worried about hooking it into anything. But I think so.
so for me the construction is like a 3 in that just for those like small details and like I do not like how this is longer in the front than it like what is that about?
It is. It is. It is a strange. It is a strange choice that is obviously fashion. It's
Yeah.
obviously a fashion choice. And it's
They're
like,
trying to say something here, but what they're trying to say is very confused, right? Because they're trying to be something that they are not, right? And
right.
so it's translating into these really awkward choices because Star Trek does color blocking extremely well. We'll see that kind of later. But seems to be like one of those first attempts at that, and I don't like it.
I don't
I
like it. Oh, you know what? This is proto what we're gonna see next, actually.
Yes.
So we decided on a 3, right?
Yeah.
Now for the fit, how it lays.
I'm still giving it
Um,
a 3 for the same
I
reason.
agree. And I agree. I like how we could just go through that. Now, believability, real world user. I mean, okay.
I'd wear Sulu's.
I
Like
would wear
Sulu.
Sulu's. Like, if I
Yeah.
didn't have to wear that dumb, gunky belt,
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, looks really casual. And I know that that's Star Trek's vibe. That is Star Trek's vibe, is that their uniforms are very casual. Um,
Well, if you're going to be in a uniform for, if you're working a 12-hour shift, it needs to be comfortable to wear, like,
and
and so that I get why they want it to be a little bit more relaxed in the fit. But this is it's giving weird pajamas.
it's giving weird pajamas.
Weird
Agree.
pajamas at work.
It's like weird pajamas at work with a weird ass belt
A
buckle.
weird belt buckle.
And I'm
Like,
like, no, I don't
no,
think that that could be. I don't think so. The
no,
question is, would a real person wear this to their job and feel appropriately dressed? Absolutely
no. The
not.
one.
Um,
The one.
I mean, it's very funny because I'm imagining someone walking into their military job. Hello, let's do this.
We're in engineering and we need to wear pastel blue,
Like
gray.
that like it's like
Can you imagine trying to work on like
periwinkle.
turbines and things and getting like the oil all over
You're
your
wearing periwinkle and you work in engineering is messy. Like I know
It's
that there
messy.
isn't grease per se, but they've got a lot of other stuff that makes their clothes gross.
Yeah.
So that, like that's just awfully light. And
There's space lubricant in all of these different things, right? And you just imagine getting that on your periwinkle clothes and then trying to show up because then you get called to a meeting, right? And then the admiral is there and you're just looking all scruffed.
Sorry
Oh,
guys.
God, no.
I love it. I love it. It makes me laugh a whole bunch. So that puts us so the it looks like the
It's an 8.
an 8. That's an 8, buddy.
The 8, y'all. Oh my God.
I mean, absolutely no surprise.
No.
Absolutely no surprise. Let's go to the next, which is the rest of them movies.
Look at
This is
this.
where we go. This is more like it. This is more
Happy.
like
Like,
it.
ugh, I love it. I just, chef's kiss,
Oh,
right?
also in the other later movies, that this tunicky thing is a little bit longer. It's like a
Yeah.
little. It's like this much longer, and it's maroon. Again,
Yes.
that's why I'm like not going to include it because every other bit of design is exactly the same. But I love this. Also, like
The
this was
cohesion here is so great, right? They look like a unit, even though they're from different departments and whatnot. I had wished that they had the same kind of vibe and their different kind of colors. I think that would have been even more cool.
agreed, agreed.
But like, I know for budget reasons, you're gonna do this, right? Because it's not like Star Trek had like a massive amount of budget to do a lot of what they were doing.
Well, especially during this time where they were
Yeah.
because the motion picture um
Yeah.
was not well received because it's not Star Wars.
That's Star Wars. So you're trying to come in trying to do something different again. and trying to reestablish your brand as its own. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand why they chose, the all red with your kind of your senior officers,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
And I
Um,
I like it. So
I do.
our first questions is creativity, originality. I'm gonna give it uh I want to give this a 5
I
because
want to give it a five
it look
too because it stands out more than the later seasons. Do you know what I mean?
they
Like,
wore this uniform for a longer stretch of period of time than the
yeah,
original series. And I'm
yep.
just saying because of all of the years from when the first movie or from when the second movie came out to when the Undiscovered Country, is that the last one? Oh no, the Final
I think,
Frontier.
no, the Final Frontier is the last one,
That's it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So from all the way, all those years, which is longer than the 3 seasons of the original series, they wore this outfit. So
Yeah.
like when I look at it, I like so we have for a high score a genuinely original design that couldn't be mistaken for anything else. Sets a visual standard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it set the tone, and I think they use a lot of these elements. And when we talk about the dress uniforms, all of these elements are coming back in the dress
Mhm.
uniforms. So
Mhm.
this is kind of what we talk about the visual language of Star Trek. They're bringing back the bold colors, the hints of gold. The belts actually make sense. If you're wearing this kind of, and then this piping that kind of goes at the angle and then down, which I love. And
I like that
gold buckle.
that's where their insignia, or not their insignia, their ranking stuff was like in that little stripe.
Yeah,
I thought that was a cool and creative place to put it.
yeah, and
Um
it looks like Scotty is not wearing the turtleneck, which is great. And neither is Sulu, which it still looks good. It
oh
still
no,
looks
he
good.
is. They are. Theirs are
Okay,
beige. Theirs
they're
are like a
beige.
beigey gold, and
Okay,
then the Doctor, Uhura, and Chekhov are gray, and then Spock and Kirk are white.
or white. Okay,
And I
my eyesight
and
is
I
bad.
do not, and I believe that's probably departmental.
Right. And so
Um,
again, it looks good. Like even with these slight color changes, it still fits.
and
It still fits.
it seems more Star Trek.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
one again, that was Star Wars. This seems like Star Trek, and so 4 or 5. Now, construction and practical wearability. Yeah, again.
Yeah. I
Let's
think
see.
it's I think the wearability part, I would dock it down because I've worn clothes similar to this. And when you're in it for long hours, it gets a little uncomfortable. So I wonder how the actors felt on set wearing this for long hours out of the day. But the construction looks really, really good.
So, from what I remember, this little front buckle undid, and then they could open
Oh, yeah,
up
that's right.
that, like they would open up it like a flap type of
Yeah.
situation. I guess if they got too warm, or to be casual, or just to um, take off, because it was a jacket, which is different than like the tops that they had. They're like wearing jackets over turtlenecks with a really cool detail. Um,
Yeah.
so I'd say so. It's
I'm
does it
seeing a
look like it's
five.
does it look like it's engine looks like it was engineered to be worn for long shifts? Yeah, fabric, structure, and construction all make sense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
You it's great to be able to, if you're hot, if you're just like uncomfortable to be able to take something off or change it and still look put together. So that I gave it a five.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're on the fit, how it lays. So, does it lay correctly on the body? Does it flatter or fight the wearer?
No. Even with boobs, it looks great.
And
Because
that's hard.
it's hard. I'm
You
telling
all
you, I
do
got
not know. that is a challenge, and it doesn't like this
It's
is
still a
look at her.
straight line on her boobs,
But
y'all.
it
That
doesn't look
is,
like it's smashing them in like any kind of uncomfortable way, I would expect from a top like that. But there
yeah,
is enough of a straight, it curves along with
yeah.
her, so it doesn't look. It looks right, and I
It's not
appreciate that.
distorted. It's not wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no puckering, which usually happens. None of that is going on here. It is laying right on her body, and that is a good costume
That's
designer
a
and
yeah.
tailoring and construction. So
The neck is the turtlenecks are more mock than full
yeah,
turtleneck, which is good. Because I think a full turtleneck is not as practical for work.
yeah.
I
And then
mean,
you feel like you're weirdly being strangled with a full turtleneck.
I
Like
do too. I always have
it's
to. I'm always
scary.
doing this.
Yeah. Like a mock turtleneck is fine,
Mm-hmm.
but the full one, you're like, why are you
Well, like you
touching
have
me?
to roll it down anyway.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we're pro mock turtleneck.
Well,
Now
Keith's mom is also a fan of it. She said everybody looks good in a turtleneck, which is true. So if you want to look sharp or whatnot, wear a mock turtleneck or a full turtleneck. That's fashion advice from Keith Jones' mom.
and I agree because you can dress it up and dress it down.
Listen.
A turtleneck is a good choice. Turtleneck's a good
So
choice, and that's
I'm
now.
saying fives across the board here.
Yeah, and believability. Would this person wear this job and feel appropriately dressed? Absolutely. So fives
Yeah.
all across the board. Good job.
Good job.
So that's a 20. They got 20 for
They
that.
got 20. They went
So
from an 8 to a 20,
20.
y'all. See what happens when
That's
you
so
just lean
funny.
into being yourself, right? When you're trying to be something that you're not,
Yes.
it's never going to work. Just be yourself, people. It will
Hmm.
always work every single
Do you know
time.
what's so funny? I didn't even describe this on the thing that I wrote up. I like spent so much time on that. And let me do it really quick. It says the militaristic redesign introduced in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan and worn across all the remaining movies through the Undiscovered Country featured rich burgundy/maroon jackets with division colored turtlenecks, rank braid, structured navy silhouette, and a black belt, widely considered among the most beloved Starfleet uniforms in the franchise. I mean, beloved enough that they used it in um, every other series whenever they had to do a flashback. I think
Yep.
that this uniform has been in most of the other series as like a remember back then.
Yes.
Um, like oh,
Remember
that's
when?
back in the day. Ah, Tuvok, when you were just a young man.
Tuvok's my favorite, y'all.
My favorite too. Now we go to Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now we're doing seasons 1 and 2 uniforms. So the first generation spandex jumpsuits of the Next Generation, introduced in 2364. One piece design with division colors across the chest and shoulders, notoriously uncomfortable for the cast and visually distinct from the updated colors. Command Red, Operations Gold, and Science Teal were the division colors, a reversal from the original series. I mean, it also kind of not the science part though. Um, I own
Okay.
I own those pajamas.
I think I owned these at one point, and then as a disabled person, a jumpsuit that does not zip in the front is an impractical piece of clothing.
I
Um,
Oh no. Well, so I own the pajama like onesie pajamas that look just like the captain's uniform, and it does have the front zipper. And I mean it's they're super. I got like the biggest size that was practical, because I like them really big and stuff.
Now with
Like
an ostomy, I can
but
get away
like
with a jumpsuit.
but like filling like I couldn't even imagine having it all like and in spandex, because mine isn't spandex, it's that like soft microfiber. Um,
No, this is definitely Lycra, because it's the 90s.
that
And
ain't
then
nice.
the 80s and the 90s, right? And then we've got a one piece, which I don't understand non-disabled people's obsession with one piece clothing. Those are for babies, not adults. Um, and I can tell why the cast was uncomfortable because how are you using the bathroom? You can't use the bathroom without someone unzipping
It
you. You
has
got to
to
ask
be
for
a
help
thing. It ends up being a thing every single time.
every
It
time.
just doesn't. It's so. Let's start with creativity and originality. So, does this uniform do something new? Yeah, it does.
It
Actually,
does.
it does.
It does. And especially, I liked when they did the color changes. It made more sense to me.
I agree. I like the command red, and I like
Yes.
operations yellow.
Yes.
It visually makes sense for the red to be more forefront for us.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the one who's wearing red is the one who's in charge, who's in command, and
Right.
it just connects with my mind more. Um, so that's, I think, a five
I
for
think the creativity is a five. Even how things are styled when we compare it to the original series duty uniforms,
yes.
they're trying something new. They're leaning more into that military look
Mm-hmm.
here, especially with Picard. Luna, do not Luna's ghost, please don't knock things over. Um be a
Ugh,
good
the
girl
next
in the
episode.
afterlife. So, he looks great. All of that is good. But like, and I love Data, that classic look. There's Tasha. The only person who doesn't I'm sorry. What is up with her hair? Um, but for the creativity and the originality, um,
1989. That's what's up
I'm
with her
gonna give
hair.
it,
Or 88.
what was
So,
it like Aquanet was used on her hair
and
like the
scrunching. That's some scrunching. I think this is like a three for of creativity.
really?
You know what?
I
Actually,
think
no. I think it is a little higher because
I think it's a four because even though the jumpsuit thing, the onesie or whatever, is terrible, at least they were trying something different. Like for the originality bit, they're
I
trying something
I
different.
appreciate the detailing with the red lining in the neckline. That's like right below
Yes.
the
The
pips.
piping,
Yeah,
yeah, like
that's so four,
let's
four,
say four.
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 Now, construction and practical wearability.
It's a one.
That's a full on one. It was reported to be uncomfortable. We know it's a onesie, and that's how onesies work. Fit and how it lays. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna give a higher,
t-
mainly
and let's
because
uh,
the way that their bodies look, even in the blue, it's very cut, right? There's a little bit of color blocking there to kind of narrow the waist. Picard looks pretty. I like that little kind of almost looking like the Delta, right? Going boop
mm-hmm.
boop there. I it just
It is
the
kind of
fit
cute.
looks great. Nobody looks like they're out of place. The boobs are looking fine.
The boobs be boobin. I do
Yeah.
appreciate that when so Deanna is not wearing pants. She's wearing a scant, which we'll go over that
Yeah.
soon. But and that has a full colored block rather than interrupted with the thing, which is
Yeah.
nice.
I mean,
Um
so I think the fit, regardless of whether the whole thing is uncomfortable, how it is laying on the body is still really, really great and it works whether you got boobs or not. So for me, it's more of like a four.
hmm. You might have talked me into it. Yeah, you talked me into it. Okay, 4. Now, believability, real world. You would a real person wear this to their job and feel appropriately dressed in a
Hell
onesie
no.
on
Hell
a?
no.
I mean, like this is different, y'all. This is different than a jumpsuit. Jumpsuits are different, and I just want to be really, really clear on that because a lot of you are going to be like, "Yeah, but what about it?" No,
No.
it's
Not a
different.
jumpsuit. It is a true on onesie. And it's terrible.
Yeah, like it
If
is
the
not
actors
good.
have to have help in order to use the bathroom, right? That's a two-person job, right? And they had to have someone assigned to them to help them, like they have their own little caregivers, which is hilarious, by the way, as a disabled person. It's not something that you want to be wearing on the job.
No, like
Then you're
not
gonna be
never.
like better off Ted when, the lights were racist and they needed the white person to be paired with the black employee so that they could be sent by the light.
I worked at a place that had, when you clocked in, you would clock in by putting in a number, and then there was a camera and it would take a picture of you. And I worked with a very dark skinned man, and literally, a person, a white person, would have to stand behind him. So, because the camera was like, there's no person there. There's no person there. Man, racist ass algorithms. Now we're getting
Now we're
good.
getting to the good stuff.
All right. So we got. Sorry, did we finish? We
We
did
gave it a
finish.
10
Yes.
last time.
So
Season 1 and 2 got a 10.
now we got season 3 plus, to the end of the series of TNG. So this is a refined 2-piece version, that was introduced in season 3, addressing the physical discomfort of the earlier design. Added a separate jacket and a distinct collar. The color blocking remained the same, but the overall silhouette and construction were substantially different. This design ran through. Oh, wait, yeah, it ran through the rest of the series. Now, I
I have lots to
forgot that
say.
it had a different neckline. I
Yeah,
forgot that it had a lifted sort of
little bit of a
collar.
mock
Yeah.
comb
And
here.
I actually went, "Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
I
It
like that better."
This is, I think, one of my favorites of the uniforms. Um, except for Deanna Troy, to
Well,
be totally
Deanna eventually wore one of these uniforms later.
yes.
She eventually got into uniform, and I have to say, I liked it. And I
I did.
heard that Marina Sirtis was had been actively advocating to be put in uniform for
Yes.
years.
Yes. They had her in this weird tight, like
This
she's the ship's
weird time.
counselor.
Yeah, she's a
Why are you dressed
professional.
sexy?
The
Like and I know she's a beta Z. Like I understand. I want to be respectful of the culture. Cultural competence is real in Star Trek. But if you are joining their military kind of thing, right? Then you too have to be it makes you look like you're not a
That's
part
why
of the
Jellicoe.
team.
That's what Jellicoe said, and I have to say
Yeah.
that Jellicoe is an awful piece of garbage. He was
He
like as,
was.
but he was right.
He was
She
right,
looked completely unprofessional and inappropriate wearing her clothes.
Yeah.
When
Like
everyone else, it seems disrespectful when everyone else, even the child who is technically only an honorary crew
right.
member, is wearing a full uniform.
Yeah, like you put Wesley in it, but not her. Like, what is that? Like, Worf gets to style his uniform like a Klingon, right?
Yeah, he
He
gets
still
to wear
gets
his
to
thing.
rep his culture, but she
Bajorans get to
doesn't.
wear their earrings.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like just because, and also just because Bajorans are um sexually, not, they don't shame sex. It's not that they're like all hoes. They just, if they like, if they're very open people
Right.
because they all can read each other's minds. So like certain things just aren't taboo. And
Right.
sex is not necessarily taboo. Nudity is not necessarily taboo
Right.
for her species, but that doesn't mean that they don't wear uniforms.
Right.
That's weird. So, let's go to the criteria. So, originality and creativity.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it. I'm gonna dock a point for Deanna Troy, but it's still a four.
I agree.
Because they took what was great about seasons one and two, the things that
Mhm.
I had talked about,
Still got the
and
little
then
boop boop on the.
they brought it into to this, and so it looks polished, it looks good, it looks vibrant, all of that. So I say a four.
I agree on that because that's what I was going to say. Honestly, that's why I agree. Construction and practical wearability. Pretty high because those are jackets. They zip in the front.
Yeah, I love. I think we did see them unzip it a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and just the way that it unzipped was pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
And it's a hidden zipper. So again, hidden zippers are really hard to sew. So the fact that they did that was great for me. I love this collar. There's something about it.
The
It
little
reminds
beep
me of
beep.
like the turtleneck that they wore previously and bringing that kind of line
I
in.
like the notch out because to
Yeah.
me, I it makes me feel not choked.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like so when you zip it up, it only zips up to here rather than to here.
Yeah.
And which is how it should actually zip up to be worn. I mean, they wear them all day long until they go to bed.
Yeah.
And so like it feels like and they do look like they're put together well. Um
The one thing I wish the costume designers had done, because sometimes you'll see them pulling down the shirt in the seasons, right? Especially when they're like going from like standing to sitting or sitting to standing. You'll see, especially Picard and Riker do that all the time.
all the
Um,
time.
and so it would have been nice if there was like a button, a hidden button that the shirt attached to the pants. It would have stopped them from having to adjust their clothes.
Oh,
So that's
like
like
in
the
the
one,
yeah.
there should have been like just a little button placket at the bottom so it attached to your pants. Either at two, like one on each side, and then one in the front, and then one in the
Back
back.
so that when you
So that,
stand it stays right in place and it
right.
doesn't.
So they're not doing that because you see them do that all the time. They're
They
going
call
like,
it the Picard maneuver, I believe.
yeah,
Is the tugging on the, and like
yeah,
I've had a lot of jackets where I've had to do that and it
yeah,
is kind of annoying. I mean, I do feel a little bit like Jean-Luc Picard when I do it, but also it's not awesome. Now, so
yeah.
I think that definitely knocks off points actually.
It's a four.
Yep,
I
I
think it
agree.
gives it a four. And even when Riker, when he does his move, he's still doing,
The
the,
leg
the
over, oof.
yeah, the leg over. But like he can do the leg
The
over. He probably
Riker.
wouldn't have been able to do that in a onesie, but he can in a two piece, right?
It looks more comfortable and
Yeah.
so 4 and the fit how it lays, I think that might.
I'm giving it a four as well, just for the slight adjustment that they have to do. And then Deanna gets a knockdown as well because again,
That's what
what
I
are we
was gonna
doing?
say with Deanna's. I'm like, she, you're ruining everything, Deanna. Despite the fact that it's not your fault.
It's not your
You
fault.
didn't want to wear that. They
It's
made
due to
you.
yeast infection. Like, why did they do this to this poor
Just looks
woman?
so uncomfortable all
Ugh,
the time. And like, do you see how the other people's uniforms are not skin tight? Like you
yeah,
look at Gates McFadden and how her sleeves have some of the normal bunching that fabric does, and you see Marina Sirtis and it's skin tight.
It's
Um,
gotta be
it
uncomfortable.
just, and she's always having to like be like boobs out like all the time. That just kind of, I feel bad
I
because
just felt bad for her whenever I would watch the series. I didn't understand like, and I under
why can't she wear clothes?
why can't she wear clothes? And like this idea that somehow you have to, play into sort of like the male gaze in order to get, an audience when the storytelling should be enough.
It took them a while to get
That
away
really
from that.
frustrated me of like, why is it that we always need to hypersexualize women in a way, just so that we can get like dudes to watch? Like that's silly.
Legit. Now, so for real world believability, I'm sorry, we didn't decide.
I said a
I
four.
a 4, yes, and then for believability, real world, yeah, I
I
buy
think
it.
it's a five.
I buy it. Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100
like,
100% 5.
yeah.
I'm good at math. So where does that put us? Where are we with
That's 9 plus 8.
nice. Got
Eight.
another tie. Now let's go to the scant.
Let's
Now,
see.
not to be confused with what Uhura was wearing, which is a faux mini skirt. This is a different kind of outfit. It is a gender neutral uniform option that was introduced in TNG season 1, featuring a tunic length shirt hem rather than trousers. It appeared primarily in early TNG, is worn by both male and female officers, a progressive design choice for its era, though it faded from use by later seasons. It was actually super progressive because this was like 1988, y'all. And that and so seeing a man in a skirt was kind of like, whoa.
That was revolutionary, y'all. Like, this
I
was
yeah, this man,
not seen on
this
TV.
nameless this nameless man who walked by, did not have a line. He just
Nope.
walked by in the pilot episode, and he's a fashion icon.
Icon. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate
But
you.
yeah, this is one of those things where when we talk about our criteria, where it's highly creative and original. In the 80s, men weren't dressing like this, like, whatsoever,
No.
right? Unless you were, part of the gay agenda. Like, then you would be wearing this in your home or something
But
like
this was
that.
network television in
Yeah, network
in
television.
1988, and so this, I'd say, a full 5 for creativity and
Yeah.
originality. I like that it is a reminder of the Uhura miniskirt,
Yeah.
but it is not that. It is longer and more practical. So I like that as far as like um uh
And clearly, you see them walking around in it,
in this scene
they,
very quickly.
yeah, very quickly. He was quickly moving. He had important things to
Mm-hmm.
do. But outside of that, we'll see.
I
The
think,
construction wearability of that, it's
yeah,
not going to ride up like, Uhura's. Like, clearly it didn't,
yeah.
because he's looking quickly and it's staying in place. So,
It's
kudos.
exactly the problem that we were complaining about. That problem was solved with
Yeah.
this.
But you know how, like, sometimes with shorts, like in your thighs, on the inside of your thigh,
I go
it'll creep
in.
up?
Yep.
Like, it just creeps up. Like, why are you creeping? Why are you being a creepy person in my pants?
Yes, I do know that.
These shorts don't seem to do that.
Well, they,
And
because
I
they're
want
not
to know
they're
this.
not tight fitting. There's a little bit of like room around the leg. There's a little bit of room around the leg so that because when they're tight fitting, that causes them to sort of the
It
like,
happens
because a
whether
lot
it's
of
loose or not for me.
mine are like tight shorts, usually underneath, and then they decide that they want to be underwear
Yeah.
or whatever.
I don't know. I've always had that problem whether it was loose or tight.
Like,
And I sit, so I'm like, how am I moving so much that you just want to
oh yeah, it
sleep?
actually mostly works when, like, does that when you're sitting. For me, it's mostly when I'm sitting. So,
So I've heard
except in the future,
in the
it works
future
great.
that problem doesn't exist. So just for that alone, I want to give it a 5.
Are we giving the straight fives?
Like,
Because I'd say real world believability, real world wear. Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
I would say a 4 on that because
why are you
are
wearing
you really,
shorts?
why are you wearing shorts? Your job. Like, there's not a lot of engineering because when I think of space, right? Because I've worked on projects like with like NASA and things like that, doing things in like outer space, yada yada. Nobody, shorts are not standard issue clothing. They would tell you
No.
you have to wear long pants and closed toed shoes. So
I
it's
mean, at
not,
least he's wearing closed toe shoes. And at
he
this
is.
point in the episode, this is from, I can't believe I remember. This is from Encounter at Farpoint when they are separating the saucer section. And so, like, so it's like, that guy and that black child and mother that are walking through really quickly. And so,
They're
yeah.
getting to their
So,
quarters,
but
right?
I'm
Like,
like, you're still at work. And so I
yes.
just don't. So I think that maybe that. So it's not like it's no reasonable person would show up to work like this. It just doesn't feel. It just feels like not practical because um it's a physical job in many ways, and carpets, y'all.
Yeah, and also
Like, the
the
whole ship's
longer,
carpeted, and like that makes my knees hurt.
yeah.
If you gotta crawl through things and get through Jeffrey's tubes, and like if you gotta
Like your
crawl
knees
through
are
a
gonna
Jeffrey's tube.
in shorts, like no. Like your knees are gonna get screwed up. Like
Yeah,
so
then you're
I'm
then you
giving
gotta
it
go.
a 4.
Yeah, you gotta go see Dr. Crusher. Going, you gotta wear longer pants if you're gonna be working in the Jeffrey's tube.
You know,
That's,
like
I think, all she would say as far as
yeah.
like advice. She'd be like, wear the right, you gotta wear the right pants, my friend. So that puts us at a
19.
19. Ooh.
I
Now,
like cannot believe, but okay.
I'm shocked, but it did
I am very
actually
shocked.
technically hit all of the it hit all the parts it's supposed to. Now we have, there's Tuvok.
There's Tuvok, my
This
favorite.
so
And
this
then Kim. Right? Is that Kim in the background or no?
Nope, that's
No.
just some random
Some random dude.
transporter guy, maybe. Now, so this is for DS9. Sorry, for the first part of DS9 and all of Voyager. You will remember that since they were stuck in a different part of the galaxy, their uniforms didn't change at all because they didn't get new uniforms because they lived where they lived. There was one instance where the Doctor goes and travels to that other ship and interfaces with the emergency hologram Doctor there, who is wearing the new uniform. But this is for Voyager. They straight up use the same uniform for the entire series. And we got the teal and black two tone introduced in Deep Space Nine, used throughout Voyager. A um, a departure from the all division lock color featured black shoulder. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong description. Anyway, we can see it. We
So,
got the
it's
black body with the color block of their division on the top.
yeah, so it's
I
reversed from what it
love,
used to
yeah,
be.
I love the V of it on the arm. I love the
Yes.
V in the neck because it's deeper than in Next Generation,
Yes.
and the mock turtleneck.
And going back, I really love how this uniform kind of blends what we see in the next generation and what we saw in the original series film. So bringing back this mock turtleneck and this weird, it looks grayish.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like it's that blue gray
that
that was
blue gray that
in
they
the
love.
original, that was in the movie, in the
Yes.
motion picture, that we liked. It's that
Yes.
tone, but we were like, it doesn't make sense. So now it makes sense. So like,
Now it
imagine
makes
the
sense.
guy in the back is operations. He's an engineer, most likely. That makes sense. When
Yeah.
Balana wears her outfit, even when she has to wear that weird jacket to cover up her pregnancy, um, it makes sense. We remember it had all those pockets in it because it was
Yeah.
trying, they were trying to make it look like there was a practical reason. They're like, no, for real. There's a reason why she's wearing this weird
They
apron.
should have just done like they usually do in TV shows like in SVU, where all the women get shot from like the chest up
I think
when they're
she's always
pregnant,
carrying a bag of groceries.
or like carrying something, like she's got to carry
Balana,
her tools.
why are you carrying all those groceries all the time? We don't need groceries in engineering.
She could be carrying parts or whatever.
She's
It's
got to carry all these parts, guys. Excuse me, Tom.
See, this is how we do inclusion, because you get to be pregnant, you get to have a life and still have your job. So the creativity around that, I really appreciate that when it comes to television. Um,
Absolutely.
but like the uniform looked hilarious. But this, and it also, I think it solved the problems that they had in the next generation with like constantly going like this.
With the
Because
tugging, I
I
think it.
think they actually did do that button thing,
Hmm.
because that's what it looks like when you see the close-ups of the
They
waist.
look more like attached
Yeah,
to the body, but not in the onesie way. Like, you know that
yeah,
it's two pieces, but
yeah,
the bottom piece probably has a longer section at the bottom, to like a longer section of elastic.
yeah.
We were talking about that with like good crop tops, where you want like a nice
You were
thick thing at the bottom because otherwise it goes all the way up, and then you're just like wearing some kind of weird, I don't know, like necklace,
thing,
like
bolero,
almost a
something or
necklace.
other.
Yeah.
Because I've had that happen while I'm rolling, and all of a sudden the crop top is up here and everything is showing, and it's like, oh hi.
That's like tube tops that like to. Now,
Yep.
so let's talk about creativity and originality. Well, this is the first time. That's the first time it was introduced. They did a full switch up for like as far as the different um, type of uniform. This is, they were getting like real moderny here. Like
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, we're not at that point with Voyager. They were like, and Deep Space Nine. They were like, this isn't your older sibling Star Trek. This is your Star
Yeah.
Trek. We're a
This is
little
yours.
bit, yeah, we're a little
And
bit
even
more.
DS9 was like experimental, right? In
Mm-hmm.
that it was stationary and not the travels through space. All the action is coming to them. So I think the uniforms also kind of invoke that feeling of like, we're not out traveling in space. We have a stationary job. And so the uniform has to reflect that, right?
Right.
And so I think it fits in that kind of world building that they're trying to do. And in Voyager, again, sort of the same like timeline, but again, if you're lost in space, your outfit is not really
It's
going
not
to.
going to change.
Nobody is thinking about, can we replicate new outfits
Well,
for everyone?
or design.
You know,
Well, you're not allowed to redesign your uniform. It's
no.
a uniform. So like, they don't even know that they're supposed to be wearing different
Right.
uniforms. Or that even if they do, They don't. It's like when Discovery goes to the future. We'll get there though.
We'll
Next
get there.
week. Next week. Now,
We'll get there.
let's go.
Spoilers.
So, I would say that for creativity and originality,
Five.
this is a 5. It was a full switch. It was not expected. It was not. It's good and eye catching. They use the bright colors. We like the bright colors.
Yes.
Construction and wearability. We went over that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a that's a
That's
that's a
five.
5 as well because it looked comfortable. It looked like you could wear it. The fit and how it lays. Come on, Tuvok.
Tuvok looks, but he a black man, so he's always gonna look good. But it is just he just looks great. Like there's
But
something.
everybody does in this. I
Yes.
actually like the full solid black from
Yeah.
here down, full black. It looks
Yes.
good on everybody. Um
Everybody, and it also resolves a lot of the showing of the boobs that ends up happening in the past, right? Like it. I think sometimes when you think of military and the uniform, you want kind of the disappearance of the body, because you're kind of a tool, right?
well,
And so
everyone's very
this
uniform. It
fulfills
should look
that.
about the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, that's a 5 and I'm going to say straight 5s. I think it's straight
I
5s.
think it's straight five.
Um
I agree.
you won. I mean, you're not the only one, but you did well. Now, next we have.
First contact in late DS9.
Yeah. And I decided to include
Ugh.
both pictures because um it the first time that we saw it was in First Contact.
Yes.
And we were like, "Whoa!
Oh,
What?" Because we were. We're like, "What
it
the
was.
what is
What the
happening?
heck is
Why
that?
do they look so different now?" They look
Yeah.
so different now, and I do want to say it wasn't that different, but like we sat down to watch First Contact, and we were like, "What the?"
When you're so used to the bright colors, right? And then you're hit with gray and black and a hint of color, it is very, very jarring.
And then the new season of DS9 happens, and then they're wearing it too, and we were like, "Oh," and that was we were like, "Oh, right, it's all the same time," and da da da. It was great.
Right.
Now,
DS9 is happening in the same timeline as the next generation. So, it makes sense.
they stuck with the mock turtleneck. I love it. The
Listen,
jacket, the V and the jacket is even deeper. It's like they just
it's
keep
like it's a little
taking.
bit wider and a little bit deeper. And I
Mm-hmm.
love like the silverish pipeline that's
Yeah,
happening.
it's just a little bit of. It's a little bit. It's like a little darker and shinier. Well, it's. I think it's
Yeah.
just a little. It's darker on Avery Brooks's, which I think is
Yeah.
probably what the uniforms on the TV show just look like, and this is just a movie difference.
The lighting is different here
Yeah.
because Avery's got like a standard, like a photographer,
Mm-hmm.
and on Picard is
On set.
it's shot on
Yeah.
set. So it's gonna look different, but they're the same shades of gray. Um, a little bit of a reddish gray than a bluish gray,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's fine. Not my favorite. I love a blue gray instead. But a blue gray would not make sense if the tone of the red is there. So I get why they went with this because it's going to match more with even with the other colors.
Oh,
I think that this is very commanding. I think this is Star Trek getting a little bit more serious.
well, and this is particularly serious because the first movie is all Borg. That the first
Yes.
contact is all Borg, which is super
Yeah.
serious. And then we get into the Dominion War, and we get into like
Yeah.
that dark stuff, and so like their outfits being darker,
Yeah.
it
It fits
conveys.
the tone of
Yeah,
like we're
yeah.
really military now and we're not messing around with y'all and this is what it looks like. And so it matches the vibe that's
Mm-hmm.
happening, but also Avery Brooks just looks stunning. He's always
I
gonna look
mean,
good.
he is the Cisco.
He is the Cisco.
He is the Cisco. He could wear like a paper bag, and we're like, I can't believe it.
right? And
innovation,
at this point,
artistic. We're
he's really
Siskinites.
right. We're Siskinites, but also he's really leaned into that bit at this point. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just, all right, screw it. We're going full force on being like this emissary thing. So I love that.
So creativity, originality, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
five.
remember being like, "Whoa, that's
Yeah,
so different," because
yeah,
it was. Construction and practical wearability, yeah.
yeah.
Again.
They're
And
doing a lot of fighting in both of these, and you
mhm.
see them moving in their
They
uniforms, and it looks
jump
great.
and leap, and the
Yeah,
card. Oh wait, no, he's wearing. Is he wearing a tuxedo when he pulls out the Tommy gun? I don't know. Anyway,
I think he is.
he is during that, but technically he's also wearing his uniform because the of the tuxedo is just holographic. Um, so technically, I'm right. The fit, how it lays, yeah. Again,
Perfect.
perfect. Real world believability, yeah.
Yeah.
It
This
looks
looks like a
like
military uniform, and they're doing some real. You could show up to work in this, and you're working, you're doing stuff.
it looks like. Cause honestly, I'm like, yeah, that's an outfit that can get messy, and that's always been an issue with
Yeah.
a lot of these is that I'm like, I wouldn't want to get my uniform dirty. Ugh, it's all
What's
gross.
dry cleaning like?
I mean, future. I mean, they must use Sonics. I think they use Sonic technology to do that now. So that's so straight five. So that's a 20 for
20.
this. Good job. I mean, Cisco is carrying a lot of weight there, but it looks good. Also, it accentuates broad shoulders
It does.
in a way that doesn't look like it's trying to like exaggerate anything like with shoulder pads or anything like that. It's got a
Yeah, it
nice
just
natural look to it.
and shout out to the mustache goatee thing happening on Avery.
I appreciated that too.
I
Now
appreciate
we're on Enterprise. Now this is where we get into the difference
Enterprise.
between a jumpsuit and a
A
onesie
onesie.
pajama. These are practical outfits. They're wearing clothes underneath that. Not only that, but those jackets are removable. I'm just wanted to put that out there. Not that they're like, oh wow, guys, these are the best ones ever. These are the best uniforms. This is like really, early aughts, post 9/11 militaristic type of look. But the you
Yeah, this is
so let's
like
see.
Space Above and Beyond is also happening.
Hmm.
It's um
The
Battlestar Galactica. Like they've got to differentiate themselves because space is now
hmm
super uh popular at this point in time. And so they have to really show this kind of legacy TV show
they have to be like,
in a new
we
way.
are Star Trek, but
Yes.
also we have a little bit of some other stuff, but we are Star Trek most definitely, and they did do that.
Yes.
They did. I mean, I know that people have differing opinions on how good of a job was done with all of that, but I believe that it was done. Um, Now, I will say so. This was a more grounded, near futuristic aesthetic with visible zippers, a practical design, and these uniforms deliberately evoked early aviation NASA aesthetic
Yes.
to convey proto Starfleet. Because technically speaking, even though I said everything is Starfleet, this is not Starfleet.
It is not Starfleet. It's the very beginnings of when humanity is first kind of trying to get into
Well,
space, learning all of that
yeah,
space time stuff.
this is like just the very beginning. This is pre-Federation. The Federation
Yep.
doesn't start until literally the last episode that doesn't
Yep.
exist.
Yep.
The last episode of Enterprise that does not exist, and nobody should ever
Yes.
watch it because it doesn't exist. Um, so
It's bad.
bad.
It's gonna
We should rank series finales sometime,
We
because like
should.
I mean that this is the win, but
The win.
now
It's
the
worth.
one problem is that I mean eventually T'Pol wears a uniform, but it was weird when they just put her in like a sexy outfit all the time.
They Deanna Troyed her. And
But they did the
again,
same thing with Seven. They did the
yes,
exact
they
same
did
thing
the
with
same with
Seven.
Seven.
It's like, oh, we got a sexy lady. She can't wear a uniform. Uniforms aren't sexy. And I'm like, did you look at Hoshi Sato? Look at her. Look at her. She looks great in that uniform. And it is flattering. It's totally flattering. Now, we should actually rank it though, because I'm like, this is great. This is awesome. So
I will. I am also in agreement because I've done some stuff like testing disabled people in low gravity or zero gravity, and it looks like the flight suits that they have to wear, when you're going out into space. So for the time period, right? Because this is still a uniform,
yeah,
y'all.
this is the 2150s.
This is still, a uniform. You're at a job. You're in space. You're still learning, right? You've not become like some sort of unified collective. So everyone having the standard kind of NASA like issued work clothes makes sense.
With the
And there's
round,
nothing
they got the
more.
round patch. They went
Look at
back
that.
to the old division changes, which you'll see because Archer has a gold piping on his thing, which
Yep.
some people were a little confused when that came out, because they were like, "Why is he wearing gold?" And I was like, "Because back then, gold was command."
Golder was commander,
Gold was,
right?
yeah, gold was command. It's like the golden
Yeah.
commander, and then but so and I like and appreciate that part of it.
The creativity and the tie-ins because they are before the original series. So like that has to kind of tie in those small details. And I really just appreciated these uniforms. I think the most. Did I like Enterprise? No. But I really appreciated what was trying to be accomplished with this show. And
Yes,
I think they did it.
I do too. I do, and
So
here's the thing: is that not everything is perfect, and not
no.
every
And like
story is going to be told the way that you want it to be told. But but also
and
you
it
don't get to
felt
say that's
like
not the story.
a bunch of people trying to figure it out because isn't that what you're doing? Like that they're not organized yet. So there's going to be a time before that where they don't really know what the heck they're doing and they are trying. And that I
Like
think
they're
is
doing their
very, very
they're
cool.
doing their best, guys.
They've got their Vulcan mentors trying to help their hot mess express. That's the way it should be. So I think people give Enterprise too much of a hard time.
And eventually, I will say, got really good. The second to last episode is
Yeah.
probably one of my very favorite Star Trek episodes. Period.
Same. Same.
Um, and that's what I like to think of as the series finale.
No, it
I
is.
don't want anything more after that. I don't need that. I
It
don't need
didn't
that.
it didn't really need that last
It
episode with the
didn't. They
terrible,
were trying for something, but
but
I go
it,
nah.
it's
Nah. Now let's see.
so
So
creativity and originality. Let's say I think it's a 5
I think it's a
for
five as
me.
well, because this is very different than the standard norm, but at the
Mhm.
same time, they're not trying to be Star Wars. They're not trying to be Battlestar Galactica.
No,
They're trying to be like, this is what Starfleet was before it was Starfleet. Like,
right.
this is what Earth's military type of uniforms look like. It's slightly different. I didn't include the Marines. I did not include the Marines, even though
No.
the NX-01 Enterprise had Marines on it. Um,
Right, because they've not merged into a military unit yet. You have sciency people and then you
well,
have
it's like
Marines.
it,
But the sciency people have fighting training because you can't have inept people
it's
doing
it's
stuff.
kind of like they had the Air Force and the Marines on this ship. It's like they had two different types of military people, which and then eventually they like merged them, and then I guess they split them again.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too. Now,
We'll
so
talk
I'd
about the
say
split again with the War
yeah.
College, right? And all of that.
Um
But
so I'd say a 5 for creativity. Um I
yeah.
again, I'm
And
like, dang, I
the
think this
I think it's gonna be fives across the
I
board
think so
because
too.
these jumpsuits are so freaking cool. They are utilitarian. The pockets look great. They've got these detachable bits to
The
them.
jacket fully, the
You see
top
them
part
moving.
detaches, but they also sometimes they like unzip it and then
It's
tie it
unzipped.
around their waist
Yeah.
like you do with a jumpsuit, like a work type of
Yep.
jumpsuit. They don't wear this all the time
No.
on Enterprise. They actually wear real clothes a lot of times when they're off duty.
Yeah.
Because and it's funny because like that fell away. And
Well,
that was
even
one
like the
thing where I'm
rigid,
like, that was a really good addition to Star Trek. And they're like, nah, never mind that. I'm like, never
I
mind
love that.
that.
I love that. It's just like
it,
it is just it makes more sense because that is how, when you're working with like NASA or whatever, your flight suit is going over some regular
yeah.
clothes. Even if it's just like a t-shirt and, some jeans
And
or
it looks
whatever.
like probably a mock turtleneck and maybe
Zips up to here.
a comfortable pair of some pants.
Yep.
Also, I mean, I'm not going to count the underwear that they all wear that's in when they go through the decontamination room
Yeah, that was hilarious.
where they're all wearing like a blue tank top and little tiny booty shorts, which I
Yes.
mean, I would wear that too to
Yeah.
bed. I'd wear it to bed because it looks super comfortable.
Standard issue. So I think it's 5 o'clock across the board because it's believable. Like we said,
Yeah.
like this is what people are wearing, at NASA today,
Yeah, it
as
made
far
perfect
as
sense. So we got another 20. Now we're moving to a variation, honestly, of the original series. This is from the Kelvin verse from the J.J.
Calvin
Abrams.
verse.
And so, like, I'm like, this is. Now I realize it like this looks a lot like. It's a lot um, like the original series uniforms, but there are some slight
I like
differences.
how they just gave it the tweaks. I don't know. There's something about men in sweaters that always makes me smile, for some reason. And I was like, oh, your little chesticles are showing, um, which I always find hilarious. And this version of Doc is also one of my favorites.
So I think the fabric changes
The
between
fabric was,
the original series and this
yeah,
100% makes this better.
it's more fitted. Like the others were a little boxy, like a relaxed fit,
Yeah, well,
but
they're
this
made of
is not.
velour. They're velour shirts, and this is like a practical. I mean, I'm assuming it's like some sort of poly cotton blend or something like
Yeah, it's a
that.
poly cotton blend, but like it just looks easier to move in and not
Functional. Now, I will say, not original,
not original at all.
not at all. But
But it's not supposed to be. It's
it's
not
not
intended to
supposed to
be.
be. Yeah, that's
So
not its goal. I will say that it does have its own creativity and originality of its
the
own because of
neckline being
the
higher.
slight neckline difference. The in the sorry, the rank is a little bit more golden and like golden rather than that frilly gold ribbon
Yeah.
that doesn't pick up as brightly on cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more distinct. So I would say, like, despite it not being original, it isn't derivative. Well, it's
I
designed to
think
be
it's
derivative.
like
It's supposed to be derivative.
it's supposed to be derivative, so you can't really knock it for that. So I think it's like a 3 or a 4 in that kind of
Mm-hmm.
sense.
I think so too. Um,
So which do you want? Three or
I
four?
think a 3
Okay.
because Um, we got to be a little stricter on something. Now, how it fits, how it lays,
Like construction wise, I think that's a five.
that's
How
a
it fits,
5. It looks,
like
but they look really good. Like,
they look great.
and like, Zoe Saldana looks great.
Yep.
Like every Zachary Quinto. This is Keith, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, yeah.
This is Carl Urban, different than Keith, and Chris Pine. They all looked good.
They look
So,
good. They look
um,
good.
I'd say that's a 5,
Five.
I'd say that. Oh, also their pants look like pants. I just want
Yes.
to be really clear. They're not like leggings. They're not wearing
No.
leggings in this. They're wearing actual pants, and that matters. It does.
I
And like it
appreciate the choice of turning having a gray pant and a black pant. I
mhm.
appreciate that level of flexibility.
And so like I think that gives it a 5 for
Yeah.
its real world wear cuz they're actual pants. And this is where where I'm like, "Oh, they look like they're this doesn't look like casual. This
Yes.
doesn't look casual. This looks more like a uniform."
It looks like a relaxed uniform. That's what
Well,
it
the
reminds me
shirts
of.
are always going to be a little too
Yeah.
chill, I
Yeah.
think, for the military, but also that's just the vibe.
That's just the vibe of Star Trek, and you can't
Yeah, the
get away
vibe of
from
Star
that.
Trek is always going to be like, it's cool, man.
It's
It's
cool. We're just in
like,
space, you know?
relax, relax. Now, I think that we're coming up on the last one for today. Is that right?
The
Let me,
last two.
the
are-
last two.
Yes.
Okay. So, let's
Woot
go.
woot.
So we got we wanted to show two examples of the uniforms from Discovery. Now this is Discovery
Let's go.
seasons 1 and 2, because you might note that they went away somewhere after that. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert for all of it. Every tiny single bit of Star Trek. Spoiler alert. Maybe even a book or a comic that like one of us randomly read. So these are the uniforms worn by Starfleet personnel in Star Trek Discovery's first 2 seasons. They feature a dark navy with metallic Delta insignia, um, which looks so flippin' cool. Sorry.
So cool.
Division color accents and a more textured, detailed construction than prior designs. This is set during the era just before the original series. So just before they start, and we see that because they started
Yes.
flipping right after the Klingon Federation Wars when they changed uniforms. Um,
Yes.
and so we have two examples. We have our first season crew, and then we have a crewman that is a wheelchair user because we wanted to take a look at how their uniform fit them as well.
Right.
Um,
And he's always in the background just rolling until they get hit. And this is right when before they kind of get transported into the future and have to go. But he boop unfortunately doesn't make it. And you see him in his wheelchair.
this is probably him at the party
There's the party that
in the first
happens.
season, which when
Yeah.
Tyler and Michael do not kiss. Well, they kiss, but it never happened. Which is so sad. They had to kiss again for the first time. Um, and I love how, like, you see the gold and the silver, but if you look really closely, which we cannot enhance that, but each
Yeah.
little tiny bit of that is a tiny delta, a tiny little that the little Starfleet insignia thing, and that's what all of those gold and silver things are made of. Is that all of that are little tiny deltas, which is
It's just stunning. I think when you're
absolutely
really trying to set this apart and you're trying Discovery was trying something new within the Star Trek franchise,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we have our first black, woman captain that's going to happen, right? And seeing her arc. The fact that they're trying something different within the uniform sets that tone.
Yes.
You're like, "Oh my gosh, something different is happening here. What's going on?" And so the uniforms become that character that really shows that something is happening with Discovery that on this ship that is very much different than whatever else is going on previous to this.
Well, and this is a evolution from the Enterprise era jumpsuits
Yes.
to a more Starfleet look. So we
Right.
still see the dark blue into it, but now we're seeing more pizzazz
Yeah.
because the future has pizzazz. I think that that's just kind of what happens. Like we
That
go
needs to go
from
on a
the
t-shirt. The
future
future
has
has pizzazz.
pizzazz. So like we see the shinies and the details and it's just I think they look so good and I would a million percent wear it. I love the neckline.
Same. Same.
I know there's not really a good shot of Mary Wiseman in there, but it looks good on her body as far as
Yeah.
the extra curves in the front. It fits. I'm like, it fits the boobs, which is always going to be something that we
It's always
judge.
like a
Like we
thing
are
that
going to judge on that. We're like, does this smash the girls and look uncomfortable?
even Burnham like looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Just the
It's
way that fits, and even in our wheelchair user, right? It does look like he has AFOs. Like I'm still
mm-hmm.
thinking those are AFOs. And like I said, but in our practice session, I wish they had leaned into the AFOs more as like an aesthetic of the uniform,
Mm-hmm.
or like it looks like they're trying to cover it up
Would look cool
here.
if they were
It,
silver,
yeah, like painted them
like the way the
silver.
pants were.
Yeah,
That would
put
be
the
neat.
deltas on the little rivets of the AFOs. Like I would have highlighted those more to be like if you're still in the military, you got injured, but everything has to go along with it. And he's in like a weird chair here, but when we see him, it looks like I think he's in a Panthera X,
Yeah.
which is a carbon fiber wheelchair, and he's got like red
Uh
on
huh.
his
On the
so
wheels, where
it
and
looks really
it's
cool
a
when he's kind of going through the hallways.
it looks like it actually looks like a practical wheelchair that one
Yeah.
would use for working on a starship. Now I know like a lot of people would be like, why isn't it motorized? Not every wheelchair needs to be motorized.
I don't think,
That's
we've seen the motorized wheelchair
we
before.
have.
I don't think it really I don't like the aesthetic for me, but I think like everyone in the future, I think disability will still be there, right? And because people get hyped up of like, what, we can go into space and teleport people, but we can't cure them of a spinal cord injury. And I was like, sometimes you just can't, right?
Um,
Unless you want to put them in a new body, you know, or whatever.
Geordie LaForge's blindness was never cured. He
And
wears
remember, they
it's
tried
it's
to with the new eyes, and it made
it was
him sick.
he was
Like, it was
augmented.
uncomfortable.
He has augmented pieces, like things that go into his eyes to help his brain process visual things, but his eyes do not work and they
Right.
never will. And I like that. I
I love
like
that.
that is a permanent disability. That is not going to change. And when he was offered to make it go away, he was like,
He's
"No."
like, no, he didn't want that. And we had that whole thing where they put like the implants in his eyes, and it was uncomfortable for him, LeVar Burton, the actor. And so they wrote that into the show of him constantly going to sick bay. It doesn't work. He's just like, give me the visor back. And I think that is the story of so many of us disabled people where we try to kind of augment our bodies
Until they
to make things quote easier to be in a non-disabled world, and it ends up hurting us more than helping us. So the wheelchair being present, I think, is like a statement of that, of like of choice and of
mhm.
liberation, that you're still working on a starship. You're still adding, value to the team, and you
Yes.
still get to be yourself. And the fact that he was there, even though he was in the background, shout out to the actor. I was just happy to see him
He
in
did
the
a
uniform.
lot of backgrounds though
He did.
in that season, in the first season. He was
Yeah.
like in like several episodes, even though no spoken lines, but
Yeah.
like
He's doing stuff.
but crew member. Now, so creativity, originality.
I think it's a 5.
It's we've never seen anything like these uniforms.
No.
And they are so good. Construction and practical wearability.
5.
Fully.
I think 5 across the board.
5 across the boards. That we've talked about how they fit right. They look comfortable. That's a jacket that can be removed, and the pants are looking like pants and not leggings. I appreciate that, and it's so bizarre because I didn't realize that that was a thing. That I was like, why aren't they wearing real pants? Um,
It's
what are you
leggings
wearing?
down.
Are you wearing sweatpants to work? What's going on? Um, so yeah, no, we're doing straight 5s all the way down.
Straight 5s.
Now we're on the last one, right?
This is the last one.
This is the last one for today.
Y'all.
Section 31, because
Gotta love it.
now I'm not including the movie because we don't need to do that. But
we
this
don't need to talk
but
about
this
that
is
now.
a distinct uniform that we saw several times in the second season of Star Trek Discovery, maybe a little in the first. Yeah, in the first two.
It was
In
in
the first as well.
too,
Yeah. But in the first 2 seasons. So, the distinct black uniform worn by Section 31 operatives, uh, identifiable with the black badge insignia that is hot, replacing the standard Starfleet Delta, marking agents of the clandestine organization. It's deliberately sinister and visual departure from the standard Starfleet uniform. And also, I believe we talked about this before, but I like that it doesn't actually matter what you wear as long as it's all black.
I think it's just
Like, can you wear
so
that?
believable.
Can you kill someone in this outfit? And
Yes.
is it black? And
Right.
if you answer yes to those things, you can wear it to work.
You wear
Um,
it to work.
and like,
But they look great. Like even this, the costume
they
department again.
look
Shout out.
so good. I'm like, ah,
So good.
ah,
Like
like
those pants, that jacket, there's like, the one you've
the
got like this detailing here around the bust line. Ah,
this corset top
corset thing.
that Michelle Yeoh is wearing. It's like corsets, and then it's got this riveting down it, and I know you can't see it
It's
super well. Uh, you at home that are watching, you could might be able to zoom in. You might be able to zoom in on the document as well,
yeah.
um, but like there's this like layered. It's very artsy and it's very fashion, and I love it. And I wish, and and her boots are cute too. I like how the toe lifts up a little bit.
Yeah, the
Um,
toe
like it
is
goes.
doing this whoop.
Yeah, I like the little swoop up. Um, it's a chunky heel, and it's got lots of strappy straps on it. It's just like it's so good, and
And it's gonna be good if Michelle Yeoh can move in it. Then it is perfect.
and
Because she's got to fight.
Ash Tyler looks great. I like the belt. I like the top. Um,
Yeah.
like it's just and his shirt has the built-in thumb thing, where
Yeah.
so that your sleeves don't get bunched up, which is awesome and practical too, and makes sense.
Yep. Makes sense.
It makes sense for like what his needs are because he's a jumpy Klingon.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Oh no,
Spoiler.
oh no, I spoiled it. He's a Klingon.
He's a bad ex-boyfriend.
Oh my god. He's
Terrible.
he's a bad boyfriend, hard stop. He's a bad
Just,
boyfriend.
just
And then he's an
terrible.
even worse ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
And I'm
Like,
like let's talk about not just Michael, but Laurel as well.
Yes.
He was a shitty boyfriend to her and a shitty ex to her.
Yeah.
And the same with, and he's two-timing. He didn't know he was two-timing.
But
But,
still,
but
he's still
still,
responsible. And then, like, even
trifling.
after he knows, then he's still even more terrible.
And he killed her very good friend. I mean,
Come
I
on.
guess it got taken back, so it's okay. But it's not.
Still. But
I
still,
mean,
it's
here's the
not
thing.
okay.
Hugh's not
She
okay.
had to
Hugh's
go to
Hugh's
the
not okay with
future.
it. Hugh is
She
not
had to
okay.
go all the way to the future to get rid of her ex because there was no way that Burnham was going to be safe and free from this man if it hadn't have been them
If
going,
she didn't have to go all the way 900 years in the future, he would have followed her around like
yep.
the dog that he is.
Ugh.
Ugh. I
Ugh.
mean, and that said, sometimes I look at him and I think I could fix him.
No,
But
no,
I
I
know I
don't.
can't. But I know I
It's
can't.
just,
And I have to go,
no.
no, Maya. No, you cannot
Burnham
fix
got
you can't fix this
herself a
man.
black man to date and had
She
a
got
full glow up. Her hair, her makeup all changed.
and they had
And
a beautiful son. Like she got the most perfect life
she got the
because she
most
got
perfect life
away from, I mean,
from
like,
this
Ash
man.
Tyler is a perfect first boyfriend because he was her very first boyfriend, her very first experience dating with any of that stuff. So, like, he's perfect. Like I will say my first boyfriend, not great. A lot of them, not great. But first one, that's your starter. You don't settle on that. Go 900 years into the future if you have to.
She got herself a man who loves a cat. She got herself a black man who loves a cat.
And can most likely braid.
And yes, you can tell that they were in her quarters and he's braiding her hair. And Grudge is like off to the side, judging,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're watching TV. Like it is just, but in order to get there, she got to go into the future. Her man is not here.
He is not, no, no.
Not.
I mean, I am awfully curious about what happened to Ash Tyler in the future. Like, in his future. And I was actually hoping to see him in the movie.
I same. I wish he was there in some sort
I
of
was like,
capacity,
what is going on with that messy,
but
messy boy? The most dramatic, messy boy in all of Star Trek, Ash Tyler.
Ash Tyler,
Ash
y'all.
Voke Tyler.
Even though he looks great, do not let the outfit,
Don't.
do not
Because
let
he
the
looks
outfit
so
distract
good
you.
that you
He
think,
does. You think
but
you want to talk to him and don't do
you
it.
think
You
that
don't.
maybe he's just gone through some stuff and like, but he's really working on it, guys.
He's never
Guys,
going to therapy.
no,
He's never going to
he's never
therapy.
going to therapy. He's gonna read.
Ayana fix her his life is not happening for him. He's gonna have a series of women who are just gonna be broken.
And he gonna break him more.
Yeah, and that's what he likes to do.
He's gonna be like, no, but I keep trying. But his goal is actually to find broken women and fix them. But he ends up breaking them more
Because he sucks. He
because
doesn't. He
he
can't fix
sucks.
himself.
He can't even fix himself because the man will not go to therapy. Um, because what he does instead of therapy is go on secret missions for the Federation and kill people. But creative and original, yeah, yo.
Hell yeah.
Construction, practical wearability. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
say number one, yes. Number two, it does not matter. This is
It
one time where like they wouldn't wear a mini skirt. They wouldn't wear a mini skirt. I think someone did in the movie, but they wouldn't wear a mini skirt. But if they did, like if one of these people did in the
I
TV
think
version of
Michelle
section,
Yeoh
it would
would
make
wear a
sense,
miniskirt.
and it would make sense, and it would work. But like so,
I think their
like
uniforms are in context of the mission, right?
yes, yes,
But in this case, it is 100%. I think they're just fives across the board.
yep, agreed. That's there are full fives. They look great.
Michelle,
I
I
want
want
to
the
look
corset.
Me too.
I want the corset and the pants that
Me
Michelle
too.
Yeoh's wearing.
Me too. Um, I like the I like all the buckles on the boots.
Yeah.
Those are lots of fun. Those are lots of fun.
The punk rock kid in me gravitates to this type of look, even though I wear a lot of sparkles and whatnot. This is also that other side of me that I just love, right?
So good. So, well,
So
we
good.
did it. It actually took us
Did
two
it.
hours.
Oh, Lord.
Which, you know what? Fair enough, because we did have a lot to say, and all of it was important, and I wouldn't have cut 1 second of it.
Same.
So we got the first half. Next week we're jumping to the future, y'all. We're
We're
jumping
jumping.
to the future, to the 32nd century, and we're gonna be talking about more uniforms.
More
We're going to
uniforms, yes.
judge those ones on the same criteria as we are for this week. Hopefully that'll narrow it down. I'm going to say that I can already see some of the ones that we've judged today that are going to get knocked right off of the list. So we're doing well. We are
We're doing
doing what we're supposed to be doing. I was a little worried that everything was going to be too good or too bad, and it was and we wouldn't be able to like cut anyone out, but I think we're, as always, we're judgy bitches and we're doing a great job.
I
And
love being a judgy McJudgerson. I've judged
mhm.
pageants, like, and I want folk to say in the comments what, out of all the ones that they have seen today, tell us what your thoughts are on
Yes.
the uniforms that we're judging. Because I want to, using our criteria, would you have come to a different conclusion? So I want to know in the comments.
Yeah. And like,
Follow.
subscribe, follow, share. If you like this, if you like listen to us, because we're great.
Comment if you know anyone who's like was on the costume department. I actually know some people who worked on Star Trek, and shout out to Catherine Piro. And so, like, this is something that is near and dear to me. I've always wanted to work on Star
Me
Trek.
too. Me too.
Actually,
That's
but hire Catherine Piro as well because she's amazing. But I want to know what y'all think, and if you've known people who worked on these outfits and things like that, please let us know and have them comment and see if we were, close to what they were thinking when designing the clothes, because that would be really cool.
that would be cool. All right, now we're gonna. So let's do our thing. Oh wait, it matches the shirt. My shoulder's all messed up, so I can't do the thing where I'm showing my shirt again. So I'm not going to boost myself
I'm
up,
just gonna
but
tilt
I'm
the
just gonna
camera.
go. Oh, I think I can do that, can't I? Hold on, let's see. Hey, look, there it is. I don't
There
do
it
that
is.
very much. I'm like, oh look, hey,
Oh,
hey,
hey.
hey. Man, I love
Hey.
that shirt. It's so cool.
This shirt is so great.
I got my little. All right, y'all. Peace and long life. Thank you so much for joining us. Trek Talk is a Calling Up Justice production. I'm your host, Maiamama, and we have been joined by your other host, Luticha André Doucette. For more information on us, check out the links in the chat. Or, sorry, I'm not putting links in the chat. The links in the show notes on this replay that's gonna be on YouTube. Special thanks to our executive producer, Claudia Alick. For more information on Claudia, check out those links. Check out One Free Community. Check out Catalyst Consulting Associates. Check out everything that we do. Peace and long life.